Oh, we got a lot to talk about this week on the film breakdown. This is the flea flicker here, but I want you guys to look at this display right here, okay? This was third down dropbacks, third and long on passing situations here for the Broncos. Look at this here. Obviously, Denver was 2 of 13 on third down, but their third down dropbacks, third and 12, third and 19, third and 10, third and 8, third and 11, third and 10, third and 8, third and 13. My goodness, like we talk about down-to-down efficiency, Denver was not efficient on first down. They weren't efficient on second down, and they weren't efficient on third down either. They only had 9 total first downs in this entire game. This was a huge issue here. Tells a little bit of a bigger story here. But let's take a look at some of Bo Nix's misses, some of his struggles here as the Broncos lost on Sunday to the Chargers. This is a flea flicker play designed for Marvin Mims at the top of your screen. The Chargers defense, they're playing essentially cover 4 here if it was pass, which means the corner, the safeties, and the other corner, they're going to be playing deep quarters, right? They're protecting vertically here. Personnel-wise, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 defensive backs. So they're playing dime right here against the Broncos, who were in 11 personnel, 1 running back, 1 tight end, 3 wide receivers. So when Denver came out on 11, they were in dime personnel. Now, the Broncos do a great job of selling this flea flicker. Courtland Sutton is going to hesitate, do the double move, and the go here. Marvin's coming out like he's going to block. We call that stock blocking while Troy's coming up here vertically. He gets the safety to bite down right here. This safety is going to climb over late, but they're playing because they hand the ball off here to Dobbins. They're playing run. So this was a perfectly designed play by the Broncos. But Bo Nix on this play, he's running up and he's throwing while running forward at this point. He launches this a little too far for Marvin Mims. Look, it's going to be outstretched to the tips of the fingers. People were saying, well, hey, it hit Marvin's hands. He's got to catch that. I don't think you really understand. Like, this hits his fingertips here. If Bo sets his feet, let's go through and watch this once again. Look, you're going to eye pressure here off of the right side of Bo. He's going to get a little upfield. What Bo has to do, let's watch here. Bo just got to, right here, senses the pressure. He's going to step up right here. Just set your feet. Set your feet right here, plant, and throw, and I guarantee you, you're going to hit Troy or you're going to hit Marvin on this one. Instead, he's kind of fading forward while launching this, and it goes just outstretched to the fingertips of Marvin. Missed opportunities for this Broncos offense. This was a rough game for Bo Nix, but a really rough game for the offense all around. They did not help themselves all day long here. Non-existent run game here. But watch how Bo steps up, and he's just going to run and throw. Like, you don't need to do that. You simply don't need to do that. Once again, he's just launching himself forward, and he oversells his pass. It's going to hit the fingertips of Marvin, and it's just going to be a missed opportunity here. Stuff that Bo Nix is going to go back on film and get it. He's going to be on himself about, man, Denver's got to be better. The Broncos are going to try to run dagger right here against the Chargers defense. You're going to get Courtland Sutton on the dagger route. You're going to get the vertical climb here. You're going to get the over by Troy Franklin, and then the crosser from the tight end. Okay, the Broncos are coming out in 11 personnel, 1 running back, 1 tight end, 3 wide receivers. But what's going to happen here, this Chargers defense, they do a great job of disguising. Anytime Denver came out in 11, they would get dime personnel. You get Derwin James right here walked up. Dime means we have 6 defensive backs, and they're going to send a pressure look here. So they're going to try to get home on Bo Nix. And this might be the one few time that they actually play a little bit of man here. But basically, this defense is really predicated on keeping everything in front and then breaking on it. So you get your route concepts right here. And just Tyler Bidet is going to miss this pickup because number 29, the nickel defender, he's going to come free. So they're actually going to drop this outside guy. They're going to drop him. They're going to drop him. He's going to climb and get depth. And then these guys are all coming after Bo Nix, and no one picks up that, right? The play concept, you got these guys, as I mentioned, your only route that's going to the right side really is Courtland on the dagger and Troy on the vertical climb over. Bo has to roll out to his right here because of the pressure inside, because, look, Garrett Bowles is picking up the outside guy. You're crashing down Derwin James, who they view as the most dangerous man. Ideally, you want Bidet to come up right here and pick up number 29, and that would at least give him time to maybe let the dagger concept come open, right? Because look at it right here. I mean, even if this is a clean pocket, the only guy that might be open on this play is Lucas Kroll. This corner does a pretty good job of kind of just playing there, but he's still in trail tech against Court. So you might have a shot there, but then you got to worry about this guy who's climbing depth here as well. That's Henley. Let's take a look at it again. Once again, Bo has to scramble to his right on a play where you have to stay in the pocket here. It's not Bo's fault on this particular play. A protection breakdown leads to the Broncos having to throw it away. This was an issue in Sunday's game. We talk about third down efficiency, while second down efficiency was really bad as well. So pre-snap, you're going to get the climb back here by Jefferson. You're going to get the drop back here by number 50. You're also going to get the drop back here by number 0. Pressure here. Everyone is crashing inside, and then you've got a nickel blitz right here inside of the offensive guard and offensive tackle. And let's take a look here where Badet's at. Obviously, Badet sees this guy here. He wants to help out because, hey, this guy right now is the nearest threat. So he's going to help and stay on number 43 with Wattenberg. But then no one accounts for this guy. You can obviously make the assumption that, well, Powers can't pass off Derwin James here because now you got 2 defenders inside the A gap, and then you got this guy coming free. This was a protection breakdown by the Broncos. Hard for Bo to get in a rhythm on this particular play on the dagger concept. Once again, let's watch it. Just free rushers here after the quarterback. It's tough. Broncos just have to be more efficient on first and second down, and they'll find themselves in some better third down situations if they can. This was the best play of the day for the Broncos offense from an efficiency standpoint. They moved Garrett Bowles over to the right side, right? They replace him at tackle with Nate Atkins. So Denver's in 12 personnel here, 1 running back. You have 2 tight ends right here. And then you obviously have your 2 wide receivers. And the way that they designed this, I mean, it's 4th and short. They're going to fake the toss. You kind of get this down block action here. You get a little pirouette from Wattenberg and then a reset. But basically, they catch the Chargers in some confusion here because they're trying to play some man right here. I mean, ideally, if they were that worried, I would just play the corner on Adkins. I would keep the safety as maybe a valve option here, and then I would still maybe kind of play him as that single high over the top. But what happens is Cortland Sutton is just going to come free right here. Troy Franklin's going to come up the field. Adam Troutman's going to run the wheel route, and basically they don't account for Court. They get their eyes in the backfield on this play. You're going to get this safety who's going to stay essentially what it looks like with Troy Franklin here, and then this safety's late to get over. Cortland's wide open. Bo sets his feet. Great base right here. Throws. See, when Bo can set his feet, I think Bo can make all of these throws, especially the ones that he overthrew. But Bo's footwork this season has been sporadic. Great footwork on this play. Great play design and drop here by Sean Payton right before halftime. Once again, there's the little pirouette. He's going to protect backside. Fake the toss here. You get that look. Set your feet. Just great double team by the Broncos O-line right here. Staying firm. Bo, great footwork. Good placement. Cortland, touchdown. Easiest play of the day for the Broncos. Everything else was impossibly difficult for them all day long. All right, if you've been paying attention through this film review, the Broncos come out in 11 personnel, so you should be saying, Cody, the Chargers defense, they're in what? They're in dime. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 DBs here. Once again in this situation, 11 personnel, 1 tight end, 1 running back. He's motion all the way to the outside here. Now, I mean, I like the route concepts here. I like the design, right? They're going to bring Troy Franklin here in motion. Cortland is going to have an out-breaking route. Troy's going to kind of come across, kind of give an outside move, and then cut back inside. Lucas Kroll's going to have the out and up. Marvin is just going to release as if he's climbing on the over, and he's just going to pivot right here and get vertical, and it causes the Chargers, who are playing cover 4, essentially, quarters coverage. It causes them to bite, and they hit this window here where it should have been right for the safety. But Bo, what's going to happen is Bo's going to get hit as he throws. I still think if he sets his feet right here and he fires, he might have it, but he just unfortunately gets hit right as he throws. He overthrows this one here to Marvin Mims. Let's go through and watch it once again. Let's watch our routes. Okay, Marvin is our target here. I want you to watch his route here. Great job here by him, just making this move and getting past the defender. Look, he gives that little double move, bang. Just a miss here by Bo. He's going to want that one back. That touchdowns. You got to come with touchdowns here. Now, let's take a look from a protection standpoint. What happens? This is just your standard 4-man rush off the outside, but number 92 right here, he's actually going to crash in. He's going to decleat Luke Wattenberg. They're going to stunt on the inside here, and it's going to allow for pressure to kind of wrap up and hit Bo right as he throws here. Not to say that that's the reason Bo missed this throw. Bo's got to hit this throw, but watch what happens. He's crashing inside. Wattenberg is peeling here because if he comes here, he wants to help, but He gets decleated. There might have to be better communication between Powers and Wattenberg on this because he absolutely just gets mollywopped. And now you've got this guy coming outside here on Bo. You got the outside guy right here, and now you have internal pressure here on Bo. As he throws, his elbow, not on his throwing arm, he's going to get hit, kind of stepping up there. And as you can see, the ball's just going to fall right in front of Marvin Mims. Mims didn't have a chance on this football, unfortunately. Let's watch it again. Wattenberg's going to get decleated on this play. And then there's just that pressure right there. I mean, he's getting touched as he's throwing the football. I mean, I think the placement is good. It's just a little too far in front of Marvin here. It's tough. When you look at all these missed opportunities on this film, you're going to want some of these plays back when you look at it at the end of the day. We talked to Broncos head coach Sean Payton this morning. He said he wasn't necessarily concerned about Bo Nix's deep passes or the touches on them. He says you got to be careful not to overcoach on something like that. And I mean, I understand it to an extent, but on this play here, it's 3rd and 10. As we mentioned here at the beginning of this film review, 3rd and long was the issue here for the Broncos. They had 13. They were 2 of 13 on 13 total third down plays. 10 of their 13 third down plays were 3rd and 10 plus. Not good. That's awful production here. And on this play here, once again, 11 personnel, 1 tight end, 1 running back. You have 3 wide receivers here. They're going to get a dime look here by the Chargers defensively. And what's going to happen is Cortland is just going to run the vertical. He's just going to run the go route right here. Troy Franklin's going to climb over right here. He's going to draw this safety. But what's going to happen is you're getting a 4-man rush right here. Dion Henley right here, this linebacker, he's playing spy on Bo Nix right here. So he's the spy. You got to keep an eye on him. Marvin's running off against that corner right here. You're going to get a chip block 1001 and release because Derwin James is going to play this curl to flat. This safety right here is actually going to kind of rob down and kind of help underneath, right? So you're going to get this climb from Troy Franklin. Safety's over the top. He's going to key Troy and play underneath where you're going to get curl to flat here from this defender. You're supposed to get deep coverage right here from the corner. Cortland just outruns this corner. Bo puts this high. I mean, it's high to where it needs to be, high, vertical over. And ideally, you want this to hit Sutton in stride. It just, unfortunately, oversells it just by an inch on this point. 3rd and 10. Now it's 4th and 10. The Broncos have to punt. Let's watch the concepts deliver here. Once again, I just want you to watch the coverage shell. Because, look, the Broncos in their 3rd and long situations all afternoon, they got this same exact look here from the Chargers defensively. You have dime all across the board. And this guy right here, Derwin James, he is the Swiss Army knife here for this defense. I mean, he'll play underneath. I mean, ideally, you could chip if you're Adam Troutman here. It's 3rd and 10. You could throw it short, and you can try to see if you can get yards after the catch, but Derwin James is going to win that matchup 9 times out of 10 here. So you're trying to take the shot right here, trying to get the one-on-one. That's why Troy does a great job with this route, because he's going to get underneath, and he's going to get over the top. You have the flat defender here, QB spy right here in case Bo wanted to try to scramble. And then, I mean, there was nowhere. You know, Bo sets his feet right here. He just throws it a tad too far, intended for Cortland. And it's just one you're going to want back when you go back on the film. Is this going to define Bo Nix's career? No, not necessarily, but he's going to have to play a lot better. He's going to have to hit some of these throws here. Sean Payton said he's not concerned, but the Broncos down-to-down efficiency on 1st down, on 2nd down, that's a problem here for this team. Let's take a look at it here from this angle. Once again, Cortland beats his guy, and this is just a tad too far in front of Sutton on this play. Gosh, this film was rough to watch just because there were so many missed opportunities. Now that we looked at those big plays, some of the missed throws here, I want to look at 3rd down. We talked about how problematic that was. You saw the graph at the beginning of this. This is a 3rd and 12 situation here for the Broncos early on in the game. Cortland Sutton's going to be the intended target on this play. He's just going to run a little bit of a kind of a deep comeback, kind of turns it into an out route. Benjamin St. Juste is going to make a fantastic play on the football, knocking it away on this play. Route concepts, as we are going to see here from this team, you're going to get a sit and kind of recognize it its zone and move out in space here by R.J. Harvey. Troy Franklin is going to run a sit to the sticks right here, Marvin, and out to the sticks as well. Chip block from the tight end, and he's going to release out. But the Chargers defense, this is why the Broncos down-to-down efficiency on 1st and 2nd down was rough, and it made their 3rd down efficiency even worse because 3rd and 12, what are they going to do? I mean, they played primarily cover 3 over 52% of the time in this game, and they also played quarters coverage, which is essentially quarters coverage. Cover 4 would have been this, 29.2%. Now, right here, they're protecting deep. Dion Henley right here, he's playing spy on Bo Nix. He is our spy guy here. They felt comfortable with their personnel to spy him. Once again, dime personnel. You've got 6 defensive backs right here from the Chargers defense. And nothing is opening here for Bo. Now you got interior pressure here. Pressure coming wide from the outside, which is typical, right? You usually kind of ride the guy upfield if you're Bulls. But Bo right here doesn't have time to really kind of set his feet right here, stand in the pocket. And if he did, who is he going to? Nobody's really open. If he can maybe set right here, if this pressure wasn't here, he might be able to find Sutton as soon as he's on this outbreak right here. But that's not the case. Bo has to step up, and once again, we can talk about mechanics here. He kind of throws off one foot, launching himself forward. St. Juice is going to bring his ball side hand forward, knock it away. Let's look at it here once again. Just watch. This is not a clean operation by the Broncos offense. Bo from a mechanic standpoint when he's trying to throw this ball, but pressure, and there's nowhere to go with this ball in coverage. Nobody is open on this play. St. Juice does a great job of playing at the top, using that back foot to kind of plant and pivot, where he makes a terrific play on this football here to knock it away on 3rd and 12. The Broncos offense made life so easy for this Chargers defense here. And if they can clean up their operational inefficiencies on first down, they can be better on second down. They're not going to have these situations. Once again, 13 situations on 3rd down for the Broncos this past week. 10 of those 13 were 3rd and long plays, this being one of those plays right here. It just made life easier for the Chargers, life more difficult for the Broncos here. And, of course, your quarterback is going to struggle in situations like this. It's not necessarily all on Bo, but Bo has his hands, his fingerprints on the operation as well. This is 3rd and 8 for the Broncos offense on this play. This is going to be a pass intended for Marvin Mims. Now what they're going to get is this safety. Look, they're walked up. They're showing man alignment here, but post-snap, the safety's going to climb. He's just going to play over the top. Corner's going to play underneath, so he'll ride the vertical route underneath with safety help over the top. But what's going to happen is, route concept standpoint, you're just going to get the runoff. You're going to get the out route here by Cortland, and then you're just going to get the swing by Marvin Mims up top. Trent Sherfield is going to climb vertically before bending it over, and then you're going to have, obviously, Lucas Kroll chip blocking 1001. Nothing is developing here for the Broncos in terms of this coverage. The Chargers do a great job here of just saying, hey, we're going to play the sticks. We want you to throw it short because we're going to rally and tackle. They're going to send 5 on this play after Bo Nix, and this defensive lineman right here is actually going to get his hands on Bo's pass. He's going to tip it into the air. But look what they're doing. They're playing Derwin James. They're playing this guy right here. They're playing them underneath because they want, and they're taking away, obviously, they're taking away Sutton, and they're taking away the vertical right here with these two guys. They want Bo to throw it here. I mean, and Bo essentially in this position, 3rd and 8, you have to take what the defense is giving you. They're comfortable with rallying and tackling. This ball is tipped, so it ends up being something that floats behind Marvin versus hitting him in stride. And this might have prevented them from getting a first down. If Bo is able to get this off cleanly without it being tipped, Marvin might catch this, and he might get upfield on this play to be able to get enough for a first down. Falls a couple yards shy here. So, once again, you just look at this, the missed opportunities here. The Chargers, they played primarily in the dime in this game, and they love what these two guys here can do. These two guys, Derwin James, Dion Henley, are the heart and soul of what makes that Chargers defense tick, and that's why they're comfortable with playing in dime, because they're athletic. They can rush after the quarterback. They can play against the run, but they can also drop back and cover. Henley's going to go. Derwin James is going to drop back here, and is just going to cover anything coming across inside. This is unfortunate here for the Broncos, but, you look at the film and it kind of tells you some things that the Broncos have to pick up on, and certainly early down efficiency is going to be the bigger key here. But the Chargers, they take away the big plays. They force you to compress the field a little bit. That's exactly what we saw in this game. This is 3rd and 8 here for the Broncos offensively. They're going to motion out to empty right here, and this is just going to be a design play to R.J. Harvey. Now, coverage-wise, the Chargers, they're protecting deep. I mean, you got the corner who's playing off. Cortland's going to run vertical. Corner's going to go with him, keep everything in front of him. Corner's going to be playing cover 3. You're going to have this safety right here who's going to kind of rob, and this safety right here is going to climb, play that middle third. Flat defender right here. And then obviously Derwin James kind of playing that curl to flat down here, right? So from that standpoint, we talk about coverage. I'll just point the arrows right here. You got a robber inside. And then everyone is just playing curl to flat. This is just basically cover 3. But this is a design play here to R.J. Harvey. Cortland's going to have the runoff. R.J. is just going to run the in-break in route right here. And everybody else, right? You get Troy Franklin, who's coming up here to try to block. Trent Sherfield is going to have to block as well. And then obviously your tight end is going to come up and block. But Trent Sherfield actually misses this block. So does Adam Troutman. And it leads to the defender making a tackle here. Watch the clear out underneath. Chip release from Harvey. Boom. He's wide open. Now, Sherfield right here, he's got to get on and he's got to press this shoulder right here. He's got to seal. And, I mean, of course, you're going to have help inside here from Adam Troutman. But basically, Harvey's going to catch this. And if these guys block right here, Harvey has a chance to get up the sideline and at least make a man miss. Instead, he gets tackled for a short yardage gain. Let's watch it here once again. Just watch the clear out. Watch how everything happens. And Henley right here, he's spying Bo Nix on third down. That was the number one thing. He said, okay, hey, I'm going to keep an eye. If Bo's going to run, I'm going to go with him. I'm going to spy him. But there's no reason. This play was a well-designed play. Poorly executed up here by Sherfield and by Troutman. And then the defender for the Chargers makes a heck of a play right there. Just once again, some of these things are just not meshing well here for the Broncos offensively. There's no flow. There's no rhythm. A beautifully designed play. This should have been for a first down here, but you have a couple of guys miss their blocks, and it leads to a bad play. I mean, Bo does a great job of standing in the pocket here. If you want to rewind it, great footwork in the pocket, stands, anticipates he's going to get hit, but still delivers a throw. Bad blocks, bad angles on the blocks lead to a negative play here for the Broncos. The Chargers defense, they're going to send a 3-man rush right here. This is 3rd and 8 in the red zone in a goal line situation here. As we say, number 0, Henley is just going to spy Bo Nix in case he wants to keep it himself and run. But you're really just going to kind of get the wheel route right here from Lucas Kroll, Cortland Sutton inside, working across. Troy Franklin, the intended receiver on this play, he's just going to run the crosser right here. Kind of what we saw last week against the Colts. You're going to get the motion from Harvey. He's going to run the corner, and then you're going to get the in-breaking route here for Pat Bryant. But as you notice, there's 1, 2, 3 guys that are really kind of protecting deep right here while you're getting man coverage essentially across the board. So the safeties, they're really just protecting the pylon here at this point. But let's take a look at this. You get the in-breaking release right here from Troy. He's got man coverage. You're going to have a guy trailing underneath. But this safety was keying this on film all week long. You could see it. And he's just going to play that, whereas this corner has to stay on top of Sutton on this route here. You have a safety who can climb over here to help out on Sutton. But this is a hospital ball right here from Bo to Troy. He hits him. Leads him right into a defender. This is one that Bo's going to want back. I would have preferred on this play. Nothing came open on here. Okay, I understand that. Try to maybe take off and try to get some yards. I understand you have a spy against you here. But I would have tried to take it right here and at least try to get positive yards. I understand he sees that Troy's beating his man here, but what he doesn't see is this safety right here who's going to dislodge the football. He leads ball, and Henley almost picks that off too. Bo threw that through a tight window, but there's a safety right here. Well, I like this throw to Troy. If that safety's not here, I don't like it in this situation because then it causes Troy to get blown up on the route. This is one that Bo is going to obviously want back.